Hi friends, welcome to day 17 of 40 days of aesthetic Mehendi design, and in this video we are going to learn how to make floral Dubai backhand Arabic design. So starting off with spiral, a very small spiral, you don't need to make very big spiral, and a spiral should always have 3 or 4 lines, and then we are making small petals, and on top of it we'll be doing more few petals. As you can see, very slowly, we it is very important we the thick and the thin lines of the petal we make properly, because that is the actual show of the flower. So always I suggest to go for 5 petals, because 5 petals flower always look beautiful. 4 will never look even, so always go for 5 petals. And if you are unable to make, so like this, since the space was not there, so I made a semicircle petal, and then on top of it we'll be taking leaves. As you can see, first I'll be doing the outline and then we'll be filling it up. Okay, now the leaves curves are very important. You need to make the right curves in order to to make that leaf look very realistic. Here we'll be putting the color in this, and neatness is very important. Filling up the petals line after line, and just not scribbling is very important for finishing. Usually I let the outline dry and then I fill up, but here on hand it's okay, but on paper, as I'm practicing right now, so it's okay. And then we'll be putting out few lines like this to fill up the gap. Now after this we'll be doing more few spirals, and always start spirals from outside, taking it inside, never from inside to outside, as you can see. And dots are very important. One more spiral I'll be taking here, and on top of it I'll be doing humps, very small tiny humps, because we have to make the design look very elegant, so the hum should be very tiny. And one more round of hums on top of it. Yes, and I don't like to keep any empty spaces, so I usually fill up all the empty spaces. A borderline for your flower is very important, so the design doesn't get mixed up. Now on top of it we'll do one more line. Always remember, whenever you're doing any thick line, always accompany it with a thin line. Now again I'll be doing the spiral over here, and I know the design is getting a little bit blurred, since I think my camera angle is not fitting well today. In which ways, I'll try the next time I make it proper. Yes, so I'm taking this rose design over here, and I'm making sure that the petals again are very small, because I want my focus to be on the bigger flower than the smaller flowers. The detailing needs to be really tiny in order to make your design look very beautiful and elegant. Now basically my theme of this design is spiral, so as you can see, even the fillings I'm taking as spiral, because spirals look really very beautiful, always accompanied with a flower. So here I'm filling up the space, and make sure when you're filling up you do not merge things. Okay, now you can see this patch, this is looking very beautiful. Now again I'll give the outline of the flower. As I told you, any thick things should be accompanied by a thin line. Now again I'm doing one more spiral over here. I'm giving a thicker line on it, and as I said, always accompany it with a thinner line. And then, as you can see here, I'm taking marvi, fill up marvi, and then I'm giving it some leaves. I'm shading it together. You can also make border, and then you can, if you're not comfortable doing directly here, when there are big ones, I always make sure that I use the border first, and then I do the filling inside. Here I'm taking balls as the fillings. They also look very pretty. Okay, so as you can see, now there's here you can find some more space. I told you I don't like leaving spaces empty, so I bring out some poppers, as you can see. Now again a marvi design, and because we want the design to be in a certain angle, so I can not leave it halfway. So I wanted to have this curve line of my Mehendi Arabic design, so I have to fill up the empty spaces and also take it to a specific angle. Yes, just like this. Now coming back to where I stopped earlier, so here I am again giving it an outline accompanied with a thinner outline. And now you tell me what will go next. Yes, you're right. Will be the humps. Don't make the humps very, big in size. They should always be smaller in size because it looks very beautiful when it's smaller. So let's see what we can do next here. Now, as you can see, there's some space here. First, I decided to go off with some leaves. As you can see, I'm taking coffee bean leaves over here in a specific angle. I don't want it to come out because the remaining part I want to give another uh, flower over there, so I'm leaving some space for that. Okay, so this I'm only giving an outline to the remaining spaces. Same you can see on both the sides I have done. Again, I'm making the leaves here. Yes, now here I'll be making my spiral. As I told you, this is a spiral based backhand Arabic design, and again a thicker outline accompanied with a. When you're doing this design, what will happen is you are practicing one element repeatedly. So in this way you are also practicing and you know what to take after what. That is very important in any Arabic design. Here again, to fill up the designs, I'm taking the shorter marvia accompanied by leaves. So now you, as you can see, I'm taking similar elements, but the way it is turning out, it's looking very beautiful. Now the leaves I have taken on, I'm taking this everything on the little finger, as you can see. My band is now coming to a specific angle. If I would have not filled up those spaces, my band would not look, like a band, as you can see. And now you can see the main focus in this design is going to my flower. What that is what I wanted to achieve. So these things that I've done, detailing is very important if you want to achieve that, one flower that comes out really well than the rest. If everything you make of the same size, then this effect won't appear. Okay, so again I'll do again the same design that goes with. If you are a beginner, then you should definitely go for this design, as you are practicing one element many times yet in different ways. So here I'm completing my one finger. Now you can see this angle. Okay, now you can see how this part is looking. Now I'll do the shading. Shading is again very important, and I would always recommend you to do shading at the end and not doing it prior, because give it some time to dry so you don't merge with your, because these lines are thick and they take some time to dry, and if you do the shading immediately, you may end up spoiling the thinner petals that I have done earlier. So make sure that you do it at the end if you are comfortable. So here we are finished with the shading part. Now going to the next part of our mehendi, and here first, as you can see, the line between the space between the thumb and the index finger, here is the main part where you can make your flower. So as you can see, I'm making the smaller flowers, and yes, I love this flower because this flower gives a very beautiful look to your hands. Yes, as I told you, always go for maximum number of petals. Here I'm going for 4. As you can see, I have no space here, but still I'm taking it at a certain angle. Now I'm making the leaves of this flower. Same pattern we are repeating that we did for the earlier flower with the leaves. I'm also shading it along. As I said, you can also wait if you're not comfortable. If you may merge the design, so you can wait for it to dry up and then fill up the design, or you can do it afterwards, but I'm doing it along right now. I think my finger is coming in between, any which ways. Also, I will be filling up the other side of the leaves. Yes, and now I'll make a bigger leaf, as you can see, which will be a little bit lighter, because the filling that I'll be doing inside will be a detailed filling consisting of the leaves and some elements over here. As you can see, the roundups, the leaves, the petals, everything, and it needs to be very tiny in order to look really beautiful. Yes, now this will take a while because this needs really lot of patience and neatness, because if you end up messing over here, then the design won't look the way we want it to look. Yes. So this is how, so this will be combination of darker leaves along with some detailed work. And now here again I'll give the border so that I don't merge up with my designs. And again I'll end up doing some spirals over here to fill up the space. We cannot afford any remaining space because then it looks very incomplete. Okay, now this is one of my best designs that I like I love doing. It looks very beautiful after the stained scene. And I have not used this element most, but in my upcoming videos I'll be making use of such elements, newer elements, so you can keep watching. Today is day 17th. We still have many days to go for our this series of aesthetic mehendi designs. As I told you, this design looks very aesthetic when you pair up with amazing jewelry and everything, and it when the stain comes really beautiful. Here I'm taking two marvis, as you can see, and accompanied with leaves. When you're doing designs like these, make sure that the fillings that you are doing in your fingers are heavy. Okay, they are detailed work, because if you do something over here, you can mess up the entire design. So again, a border that is thick accompanied by a thin border. And now let's see what we can do ahead. I was again spirals again, and then I'll keep doing spirals. I don't know, I feel spirals on the fingers look very pretty. I don't know, for some reason they look very beautiful on my fingers. And then I will accompany it with again some flowers and spirals, and then border and finish it up till the end. Okay, I usually practice whenever I have free time. I practice on these sheets because they're easy to wipe off and they don't leave any stain behind. Now here, always keep one finger a little bit lighter in order to make the other fingers look heavier. So here I'm taking simple checks, as you can see, with single lines. We are not using any double lines here, because double lines I think sometimes can come in way of our neatness. So I always prefer going on with very simple checks on one of the fingers, because they actually look very beautiful, and they stand out amongst the entire design. And if you wear a ring or a diamond ring on this finger, it enhances the look, and even it gives more emphasis on your ring than the design. Then now, since we have made the one finger lighter, the other finger will be heavier with more detailed elements. I am leaving some white space in between so that the design can stand out and can look good while you get the stain. Otherwise everything mixed up doesn't gives that look. So I like to leave some white space in the middle always, because it looks really beautiful. I'll also share one of my pictures that I had used this design on my hand, and it turned out really beautiful, and on my client's hand as well. So if I get those pictures, I'll be sharing it on my Instagram as well, and on my YouTube also, so you can look at the design. And you can also, if you practice any of my designs, you can always share with me and tag me, and I can help you improve your mehendi designs by picking out if there's some things that you can improve on. So you can always share with me. Yes, so I'm doing the lines over here, simple lines, and then I'll be filling it up. Yes, so this design we completed in less than 15 minutes, as you can see, with the original speed that I have kept. I know it is a bit slow. You can always watch my videos on 1.25 or any speed you are comfortable with, but you can see I wanted to show you that this design will take less than 15 minutes if done properly. And here we are done with shading, and that's it. We are done with this design. I hope you like the design. Please practice it and always share with me the designs so I can help you work better on your mehendi. So here we are done, and now you can see the entire look of this. I'll just a little bit loopholes here and there I'll fill up, because I don't like empty spaces. I feel like filling things up because they look incomplete then. So yes, we are done.